Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Agenda Hour, a weekly show we do on Sundays, in addition to the Open Dojo and the main show that we do on Tuesdays, 9:15 p.m. EST. Talk about the topics we don't really cover over there, a little bit more niche, and go over some of our biggest agendas. Of course, you got yours truly, Radell, and of course, Lani. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Shonen Jump just posted on their Twitter asking if everyone's ready for the finale of Chainsaw Man. So I guess Fujimoto decided that the next chapter is going to be the last chapter. So now I'm scared. Now I'm scared.
Maybe I should just read the finale. Just, you know what? No context. Just go right into it blind and just see.
I say read the last two chapters. Like whatever chapter that came out last week, read that one and then read this one because it's kind of like last week set up this week. And I think if you read last week's chapter, you'll be like, how is the next chapter going to be the last chapter? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to do that because, you know, if Chainsaw Man flops right here, people are going to be extremely upset. When is the chapter comes out next week?
No, it comes out Tuesday.
Okay. So this week, Tuesday.
And this isn't hyperbole. This isn't any like extra. This has the chance to be one of the worst endings in anime manga history if he fucks this up. Because they never fought the Death Devil at all. They haven't fought the Death Devil yet.
Wow.
There was another big devil that showed up. They haven't fought that either. So and then Denji got off screen by a random devil while trying to fight that big devil that we still know the name of. And then Pochita's like, if I eat myself, you can live in a world without me, and you can be happy again, like when you were broke alone in a shed, because that's when you were at your happiness. You have the type of heart where you're happiest when you're in hell. So
like what?
And then it goes back and then it went back to that original shed that we saw in the first scene in the first episode or manga pan or whatever. So Pochita eat himself. They never fought the Death Devil. They never fought this other devil that we don't even know the name of that seemed super strong. People are still losing body parts. Half of America's gone because of the War Devil. So, you know, there's a lot of... Oh, then they said that they would have... Then the War Devil and Asa said that they would have sex with Denji. So...
I mean, that's the point of the story, right? Denji getting laid. So if Denji gets laid, is it all good?
But yeah, so there's so many questions left unsaid. With one final chapter left, I don't know how Fujimoto's gonna pull it off.
But how long are the chapters typically? Like how many pages?
Let me check. The last Chainsaw Man chapter was...
Man, this is kind of crazy.
15 pages.
Nah, he has to double that. He has to double that for the final chapter.
Even then, 40 pages, you're gonna beat the Death Devil and save the world, and beat the Death Devil, beat this other devil, figure out the whole situation with Asa and Denji, and still the second power or whatever hasn't shown up at all yet.
Bro, they said power is gonna return. The fact that power never returned is crazy.
And then like this whole Pochita Denji resolution thing that has to be solved too. So that's five plot holes at least that we're thinking of that needs to be addressed in one final chapter. So unless this last chapter is like 70, 80 pages, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Maybe low key is the person who created Fujimoto? Is that who created it? Maybe low-key Fujimoto did not want to do a continuation, and then he's just been bullshitting ever since he started doing it because I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing.
Once we get into part 3, this might be cooked.
It might. But this guy asks, who's winning, Luffy or Goku? Goku. Unless you want to give Luffy Looney Tune powers like everybody else wants to do. But
I don't think Luffy can blow up a planet. Goku technically can, so
he could do it with ease. Super ease. It's not even a question. Levels to this. Yeah, that's unfortunate because even though I'm not the highest on Chainsaw Man compared to other people, I do think I did like parts of Chainsaw Man, and I thought part one had really good elements. I think Makima was great. I really love Power, and the trio was strong, all intents and purposes. The fall from grace, and the question, I actually liked how they were doing the second part. I liked Asa as a character, but her character just became like Denji's like sex goal, and then they've been adding lore that they're not finishing, and it's just I feel like ever since what's her name died, it's been going downhill.
They took some weird turns. Like there is more to Asa than that you haven't read yet. So it's like they do some stuff to your character. This guy's asked twice, what's your favorite anime? I don't want to just say Attack on Titan because I feel like that's too easy.
I thought yours is Tokyo Ghoul.
No, that's my favorite manga.
Oh, actually, fair. I'm gonna go the easy answer to Attack on Titan all day, every day, for sure.
You know, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna say just in case he has to watch it, 2B Hero X. Watch 2B Hero X, y'all.
2B Hero X, go to. Can't wait for that to return. One Piece, well, respect One Piece, obviously.
One Piece.
The guy on the bottom. Well, so I think you're on the bottom for the vertical thing. So he thinks you look like Etika.
Who's Etika?
Oh, you don't know who Etika is?
So
he's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber.
Oh,
and he committed suicide like a long time ago.
Oh, so fuck you.
Well, he was a pretty famous YouTuber, all intents and purposes. So I also want people to be happy, Fishy. I also want
keep your head up, Fishy. You can get through it. You can get through it.
He said you're not trying to be. He said you look famous. There you go.
Oh, hopefully Etika got bad bitches before he left. Respect to him.
He hung out with the you know who Heavily Delusion is?
Yeah.
He hung out with like that crowd.
Okay.
Like the Vader's Delusion type crowds. All right, what were you saying?
What was I saying? I think I was responding to Fishy. Yeah, keep your head up. Everyone goes through things. No, but other
you talk about Asa and she's
also like she had some character development. Was it enough? But yeah, I feel like Chainsaw Man got into like a really just weird place even after you stopped reading, where it was just like he had all these different options, and even though some of them were sex based, like Denji was also reflecting like, hey, like I know like I get into these situations because of what I look for in women and things like that. So at least he was starting to like grow up and recognize like, hey, these type of situations are bad for me. Yeah, might be what I want. This might help me get my end goal, but the means in which I'm getting it, I'm not necessarily okay with. So he was starting to like figure out their layers and nuances to his situations. So
yeah, I'm unsure why Fujimoto really stuck to the sex thing. I think after you know what, fair enough.
Half of his stories, even his short stories, are perverted. He pretends to be his imaginary little sister on Twitter. Nigga got issues. I want to say check his hard drive, but I'm scared to check his hard drive because it's gonna be probably worse. Or I'm just thinking Epstein Island type shit is in his hard drive.
Well, we already know that. Didn't we ever talk about the controversy on the pod with the mangakas and that one?
Yeah, we did.
I feel like we touched upon it briefly, but what was the details again? I forget.
So, this mangaka, I guess, was like tutoring students and stuff like that. He did some I don't even want to say what he did over airways, but he basically did number 2. He took a number 2 on a minor, basically, or something along those lines. He did something with number 2 and a minor, and then the publisher tried to hide it. They also tried to pay her off, and then they hired him under a fake author name, and yeah, so that got caught. And they didn't formally apologize, but other big mangakas took their works off, like the author of Freerun removed their work from the site. It's like the first or second biggest publisher of manga, and they hid this shit. Inuyasha, the authors of Inuyasha removed their work. Full Metal Alchemist, Haikyuu, like a bunch of big. So people are standing up to it, but yeah, it's a wild situation. And like the oldest manga awards got put on pause. Like it's been going on for over 50 years. Don was supposed to get a special award that night or whatever, and some others. And yeah, it's just the biggest manga award ceremony is on pause.
Shout out Ty and Ackle. Shout out Ackle is just back. Ty is real quick to address what Ty said. Denji looking for intimacy through sex, but truly wanting genuine love because he didn't experience it from another person growing up. And to navigate that is realistic and interesting. I think he should have just transitioned purely to the love stuff. But like I get that's what they're trying to do, but I do think
the way he's doing it is realistic though, like because you have to look at through the lens of like a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old who's also like stunted mentally, like immature, like in terms of age wise. So like a lot of times he's sticking with his dick and it's getting him into these situations.
Hey, trust me. I do think that part is realistic. I just thought that they would have grown past that after what happened with part 1, where he had to kind of face the main person he wanted to have sex with, Makima, turned out to be a villain that killed everybody he loved. I would assume after all of that, he would have grown past that, but he still had that same issues. And realism is a part of storytelling, I guess. But in this retrospect, I'm not pretty a fan of like the perverted stuff when it comes to stories that I read. That's why I hate Tamaki in Fire Force. I think she's a useless character. So, I think they could have grown past that for part 2 and focus on more so like compassion and love and that part. Denji, as of right now, like as the story ends, he's still obsessed with that part of his character, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I have no idea because I'm not caught up.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say not necessarily. Ty, I'm with you. It would be a good subject to talk about, but I also feel like it could end up being a very volatile conversation at the same time with some crash outs and some.
We know those combos already. It's happened a few times.
Yeah, I would love to have that conversation, but I feel like that conversation could go really bad really fast, and then it would just veer off a cliff.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I disagree. It would, in terms of it wouldn't make sense. I think you can make it make sense, but ultimately, Chainsaw Man is currently in the situation they are in. So we'll see how they wrap up. Well, you know what? I don't know. Should we have the topic on the pod or agenda hour? What agenda hour I feel like makes more sense to really dive into it in depth.
It's up to everyone, but it's also like, is everyone gonna be caught up by Tuesday? Because I'll have it read, of course, by Tuesday.
I know you'll be caught up. I don't know if Random's reading it, and then I don't know Ty and
that's read it since this last crash out like a year ago. So
yeah, we'll test the waters. We'll see what the group chat says regarding the topic itself. And then regarding the mangaka cover-up story, yeah, that's just insane. We have that happening. We have all the stuff of currently going on. It's not looking great. Angie, I am on my hobo arc. Or hobo? No, is hobos are a thing. I feel that sounds a real big word. I made a promise to myself that I'm not gonna shave until I get my abs back. So we just not shaving. We locked in. Grind for DreamCon. You already know. We here. With that said, moving on to the Ty's caught up, he said, with Chainsaw Man. So you guys can talk about the ending together. Have a good time. Maybe bring Sarita on for that. Well, you said Chainsaw Man comes out next to this upcoming Tuesday.
Tuesday should be the final chapter.
Like, what time does it come out? Does it come out in the morning?
Usually around lunchtime, like noon.
I'm debating because, well, I guess we can have her on and talk about it, even though we do have heroes versus villains. Should we talk about it next pod? That's the question. Or does the official translation come out next Tuesday or this Tuesday?
So Shonen Jump, it says 2 days.
So the officials come out
around noon on Tuesday.
Okay, I feel like we could probably talk about it Tuesday. And Ty, you can invite Serena because she's a big Chainsaw Man person, and you guys can talk about it. And then we could still do heroes versus villains on the same day as well.
Ty, you cannot say this on the pod. I'm letting you know right now. You cannot say that sentence on the pod, or we're gonna have the issues that I'm talking about. I don't want to have. I agree with you. You are right, Ty. But we cannot have that. That cannot be said on the pod.
You invite Serena, and I agree. I agree. You can't say that.
You can't say that on the pod. I agree with you, Ty. We know that you're right. You cannot say that though.
I mean, there's blacklisted topics, blacklisted series. To be honest, when it comes down to the pod, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna catch up because I'm just like have not been that interested. I said I'm gonna say he's gonna cause World War II. Maybe with Serena, the random won't crash out. Who knows? It's possible.
Okay.
Positive
thinking. I agree, Ty. It is really nasty, and I will defend Denji. I will defend Denji to my dying breath. I got Chainsaw Man tattoos. Like we different over here. I got Chainsaw Man tattoos. We respect Denji over here. He's a very misunderstood character. I'd say he's probably one of the most misunderstood MCs in manga.
Really? I feel like Denji doesn't have. I don't like Denji, but I feel like Denji, for the most part, doesn't have bad PR.
Because it's not always about what he does; it's about what he represents in different aspects, in my opinion. So, but we can dive into that later. But I think he's more layered than people realize. I think he's a lot more complex. So, like, people just think like, oh, he's just an idiot pervert, when he's technically a lot more than that. And like to do some of the things that he's done doesn't mean like you're just a simple idiot. Is he idiotic? Yes. Does he technically have like low IQ? Yes. But like the emotional storytelling that Fujimoto gives him, I feel like is very flushed out.
If you know what? Oh, this would be nasty. But I feel like this would be also a good topic. There are certain MCs that exist. And funny enough, I pretty much dislike all of them. But there are flawed MCs that represent a flaw in humanity and as well as a potential growth beyond those flaws in itself. So, example would be Denji. Another example would be Rudeus, Subaru.
Don't put Rudeus in that converse.
No, this is where I'm going with it.
Subaru in that conversation. Subaru.
This is where I'm going with it. So we could do like a game or whatever, or ranking of the best flawed character MCs, and it will get nasty. It will get disgusting. It'll be.
Here's my thing on Subaru, because I've also hated on Subaru a little bit too much, but then I had to like reflect, especially when I started reading the light novel and stuff like that. Subaru is a regular 16-year-old that got isekai'd. He's just a regular, literally, you see him, he's going to 7-Eleven to get a snack. He walks out 7-Eleven and he's in an alternate world. And he's been coddled for a good majority of life. So he's like, what the fuck do I do now? And yeah, he's a 16-year-old little brat. And you get to see a little brat work through his shit. But in terms of like him doing anything wrong and stuff like that, he hasn't, besides him crashing out on Amelia that one time, which was like almost everyone's like low point with Subaru, where I was just like, yo, you're just a piece of shit. We've all had, at least I remember, I had to look back like, yo, when I was a teenager, did I ever like crash out on a girl because I was emotional, or like crash out on someone when I really didn't have to, when I was all hormonal and shit? Yeah. And like that was a really low moment for me. So it's like I related to that. But then like season 2, he grows up, he gets better. Season 3, you really get to see him thrive. And like season 3 is like, I'm low-key rooting for Subaru. Low-key, I'm like, I'm with this thing. I'm like, yeah, like, this is my dog right here. Season 1, I hated him. I really couldn't stand him. Season 2, I was like, all right, he's all right. Season 3, I'm cheering for him. And now season 4, that comes out in April, you're in for a ride. Everyone's in for a ride.
No, I respect that. The premise of flawed is not there's different levels of flawed. No, Denji, and I don't know, Shinji has cases, but Denji and Subaru's flaws do not even compare to Rudeus flaws, like night and day. However, the qualifier there is more so that they don't fall under the typical hero archetype of like the hero's journey and characters that can inspire. These characters are, on all intents and purposes, more relatable, especially to the average anime fan. More normal is another way you could point it as well. So we're gonna focus on, for the purposes of the conversation, their growth from their flaws or their growth from their kind of normalcy, and see which one is better. And I think this will be one of the more toxic conversations potentially.
Only one would be in the Epstein files. That's all I gotta say. Only one would be in the Epstein.
I'm wondering if I would consider Eren Yeager in that. I don't think so, because he for the jump he was a different type.
It's hard to because I know I said in the Discord, like, he's that Anakin Skywalker, Lelouch, Paul Atreides archetype, where it's like he was meant to be that savior that's not a savior type character. So it's like, yeah, from jump he was already different, if that makes sense. Like, we literally see him like murk somebody as a kid. Like, he already had that like fucked up mentality. So it's like, is he flawed? Yes, but is he also justified? Unlike some of the other flawed characters, yeah. So like, yeah, it's nuanced. Like, we can put him up there, but
he's definitely a different type. That's a different type of like character art. He's flawed because of the path he's willing to go in the pursuit of like his ideals. Like the light Aaron's, Anakin's, and I need to watch Dune, so I'll see regarding that. That's a different conversation. So potentially two topics. I've never watched any of Dune. Speaking of Dune, let's talk about potentially. Somebody put this in the Discord, as you mentioned. What will be the best movie of 2026? I did watch the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, and for the purposes of the pod, I will watch Dune 1, Dune 2, so I can be ready for Dune 3. When does Dune 3 come out?
Later this year. It's either July or like December. It's one of the two. All right, but let me give you some background on Dune. Before Star Wars, there was Dune. Like, Dune came out, I want to say like maybe like a decade before Star Wars. So it was popular. Like, it had like older movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But Star Wars kind of like literally like took almost everything from Star Wars, from like Anakin's upbringing, the sand planet, all that other stuff, the prophecy. They took it all from Paul Atreides. He's literally the original blueprint of that, of Eren Yeager, of Lelouch, of Anakin Skywalker. I said this, and that's why last pod, Dune 2 is probably the best sci-fi movie of the last decade. And then like it was a few years after Interstellar, so like it kind of, so I was technically right. But Dune 1, it's a little bit of a slow burn, but it's more of like the lore building. Dune 2 is like when shit gets really active, and Dune 2 is like almost like I don't want to say, because Dune 1 is still really, really good. A lot of purists really do like the first Dune movie. You think Dune 2 is not boring at all. Dune 2 was like a war. What are you talking about? Whatever. Dune 2 is like when the war happens, there's a lot more action, a lot more fighting, stuff like that. Dune 1's more like the lore building, a lot of the anticipation buildup and stuff like that. There's still action in there, but it's more just like setting the tone for everything else. Paul Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. He's the main character of Dune.
You say good snap material. You disrespecting Dune.
Yeah, you just don't like deep lore stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
It's interesting. Okay, so I do want to dive into it and see what it's about. It's interesting that Dune, for all intents and purposes, with like its high praise, it's a lot of people love it. It has very deep origins. From my very general perception, it doesn't seem like it has cultified people like Star Wars has or Harry Potter has. Which is
I wouldn't say it's as, like I said, it's like a blue. Think of it like Bleach, and like everything else is like JJK and everything. Like, it has a lot of good premises. it's a good blueprint for like a lot of the future sci-fi stuff that we see now. Like a lot of things you can see when you watch Dune, the first one, you'll be like, all right, this is like probably where all these other sci-fi movies took stuff from. It definitely, I think it does probably politics probably one of the best out of all of them. There's a lot of politics going around. There's a lot of build-ups between things. I think you'll really like the Deseret women. They're basically almost like the shadow government. Like they just got their own spinoff on HBO. But they do things not just like in the now, but decades, centuries in advance. Like they also control like genetics. Like, all right, this future person down the line is going to create this type of person. We need to make sure that they link with this type of person, yada yada. Like 2 decades from now to create this baby, yada yada. So Paul Atreides is like, he's like the ultimate designer baby because they were designing him for hundreds and hundreds of years technically.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so there's a lot of layers to Dune, which is why some people find it slow or not. Some people find it boring because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of talking going on. But when shit goes off, like because Dune 2, some of the best action sequences you'll see, like they be going off.
We're not fucking with Timothy? Really? What did Timothy do?
You don't need to stop him with this Timothy. The Timothy hate is so forced, bro. He used to be like the golden child. Everyone was in love with Timothy. And then he got some aura. Then he started showing out, and now everybody hates him.
Bro, I was seeing videos of white boy of 2026. Timothy
exactly. He was the nation's white boy, and now everybody hates him because he said some shit about opera. Guess what? Name me your top 5 opera singers right now. You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Who's the best ballet dancer right now? Right now. I'll wait. We'll be here all day. Don't Google it either. What's the last time you went to a ballet? And don't say Black Swan. That was like 2 decades ago. Like, come on.
Yeah, chilling my boy. Yeah, Dune 3 is getting a lot of hype for potential movie of the year. Our Discord apparently voted on it, and they said Dune 3. And then we got Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know if you saw the trailer, but it's looking very interesting. Of course, one of my favorite YouTube channels to break down comic stuff is New Rockstars. So I did watch their breakdown of it, and I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with this for sure.
I'll say this last thing about Dune for Dune 3, basically what this is, because another thing that they took, basically, he basically did the same instance as Eren from end of part 3, where he basically saw the whole future.
Okay.
And so like then part 4 happens where you get to see the new version of him that knows everything. That's Dune part 3. He now knows everything that's going to happen in the future and he acts accordingly. And so he's like, I'm not afraid to die, but I know I can't die yet. Because there's a thing called like the golden path where it's like the path to save all of humanity. And then there's also another path that he chooses.
Okay. All right. If you're talking Eren Yeager levels, then
he wants to save humanity, but he also cares about his loved ones. So, which is the right path? That's Dune Part 3.
Man, you cap.
What up, Ty?
Nothing. Yeah. I'm about to drive, so I was like, you know what? I can hop on here while I'm about to drive.
W drive. Look both ways when you cross the road.
No, actually, I won't.
I would say. I would say it's Dune 3. Okay, you hooked me. The Eren Yeager comp, the politics. I'm gonna have to lock in and see what Dune is about. And it seems like it's more story driven, which I appreciate because I'm not a fan of like the. Okay, I don't dislike the Avatar franchise at all. I enjoyed the first movie. I just think it's overhyped. I don't think it's as good as people make it seem. But the effects are really cool. But I'm not like an effects guy.
Hey, cook, Radell.
You ain't rocking with the Avatar?
I mean, like,
it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I can't deny that.
But Dune 1 is kind of slow. It's not boring, but it is slow. It's like a slow burn. But Dune 2, that shit was peak, bro. That shit was fucking peak.
How long are the movies, like average length?
They're long. They're longish. They're like probably all 2 hours. Plus.
Okay, fair enough. I more than likely I could watch it while I'm working, so I can make it work for sure.
Yeah, don't message me after the first movie. Message me after the second movie, because after the second movie, you'll be like, all right, all right.
We love. No, I need to time it right because I need to like finish Dune 2 and then Dune 3 drops, and then I need to go to the theater and just watch Dune 3. I have to time it correctly, so I don't have to wait. I don't like waiting. With that said, I don't know. So, Lonnie, have you seen?
It's December 18th. You got time.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I have plenty of time. Have you seen the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer?
Yes, I have.
So it seems like three very interesting things to take away from it. One, the Punisher's back. Now he's in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's a W. Two, it looks like Peter Parker, our boy Tom Holland, now is going to get organic webs like the original Tobey Maguire. And three, the theory is that what's her name? The actress that everybody was speculating about is potentially going to be Jean Grey in the movie. Is what I've been hearing.
I'm excited because I don't know if y'all know this, but Spider-Man is my favorite Western comic book superhero. So I'm always down for some Spider-Man content.
Have you watched all the MCU Spider-Mans?
Most of them. I think my favorite one is the one I forgot. Man,
86. There you go.
was the remember when they had that school trip and him and MJ at least when they first got together, that the first movie where they got together. I think it was Far From Home. That one, I enjoyed that one a lot.
That was good. You definitely watch No Way Home, right?
Yeah.
The one with Andrew and Toby, and yeah, that shit was peak, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was peak. That should be interesting. But yeah, people thinking Sadie Sink's character will be Jean Grey. Well, that's what some of the new rock stars theorize because of how her powers work. And I don't know how I'll feel about it until it happens, but I will say that Jean Grey has been a controversial character in all the X-Men iterations. So maybe they finally do her justice in the current MCU timeline. Who knows? You got any thoughts about the Spider-Man, Lonnie?
I thought, well, it's what a lot of people wanted. They wanted to see the depressed, broke, lonely Peter Parker. So that's what they're getting. Y'all are evil, by the way. All those people are like, oh my God, he's lonely, he's depressed, he's broke. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Peter can't live, bro. Peter can't live.
No, he can't be happy.
But we also saw the Hand, him fighting the Hand, which I'm very excited about because I love ninjas. I don't know how else to say it. I love ninjas. So him fighting a bunch of ninjas. I think the choreography is gonna be great because the director is the one that made the Shang-Chi movie, so he knows how to make some fights. I think they said that they're gonna introduce Miles Morales, so I'm very excited for that. And the whole Jean Grey part, I mean, we're supposed to be the next wave of Marvel content is supposed to be with the X-Men, so Spider-Man movie is a good way to intro them in. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I have good faith in the movie's gonna cook. So
yeah, and then the other like big banger, other than the obvious ones like One Battle After Another, that came out in 2026, right? Or is it 2025?
that was 2025.
Okay, so the ones that talk about is Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, and they got to nail it out of the park. And people don't really have been liking this current phase, barring some exceptions. But Doomsday and then Secret Wars, they really got to lock in for this, for sure.
This is a really, really stacked movie here. Like, there's so many, like, because it also Supergirl comes out, The Odyssey, which everyone's waiting on, that Ryan Gosling movie that just came out this week, everyone's hyping up about.
Wait, what's so good about the Ryan Gosling movie? I saw some of the covers about it, but I don't know why.
It's a sci-fi movie, but people are saying it like, yo, this might be one of your favorite movies ever. This might be his best movie, sci-fi movie here already. I haven't seen it yet. Like, I'm waiting to go see it probably like next week, but people are going crazy over it. So
all right, we'll see. It does look like a really good year for movies. Oh, Odyssey, that's another big one for 2026 as well. People are really hyping that movie up for sure. The cast looks crazy. And I like the Odyssey story. I think it's really interesting. One of the better mythological stories of someone's adventure. But they have to nail it. They have to nail it for sure. Um, that's all the movies we kind of went across. Since it's tie here, we can go across real quick the Ichi the Witch chapter and that just dropped. Did you guys read it? Read the recent chapter?
Did you read it, Ty?
The cop stopped them. Let me chill. All right. So in the recent Ichi the Witch chapter, what happened is that the baby is getting born
Mhm.
and they are doing everything they can to birth the baby. All the witches are there. They have her in the operation room. The prophecy witch is like very desperate to like hope this happens because this will prove her prophecies can be broken, especially considering one of her big prophecies is that the world hater magic is going to be very, very dangerous. So the baby being born and Minerva surviving is something that she was hoping for. And then the baby did get born, apparently got some wrinkles on his face, a little old baby. And it all just happily ever after at the end of the chapter. It was a pretty tense but satisfying chapter, I would say. For
I
Ichi the
love
Witch.
Each of the Witch is just it's just one of the ones, man. Lock into Each of the Witch. Um, One, I liked how when they reestablished the primary goal of the story is to defeat the world hater magic. Those are good. Those reminders are always good to make people remember why they're reading. Get a constant reminder on it, sort of things like that. I think it's really good. I actually don't think that is happy ever after. I think there's going to be definitely some conflict around this human magic from some of the other for other witches. 'Cause I think it's good for now, but I think there's gonna be some conflict with that, which I'm excited to see. And then now we got a next arc. I'm excited what the next arc's gonna be about.
Honestly, I think you touched upon it. And to gauge how big you wanted it, how big of a deal do you want this to be regarding the baby? Because I feel like it needs to be. And we
So
spoke about it before that it's possible we have a story arc with like a witches civil war with all the changes going on. Could this be the catalyst?
I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, if it's the catalyst, I don't think it'll happen yet. I think it's gonna be something a little later. That seems like something that would happen like at the midpoint of a story. I think that one, I wonder if this baby is male because remember I was telling you about how one of my friends had a theory that all the magic that we've seen that were in humanoid form were all men. And all of them that had humanoid form were men. We haven't seen one humanoid magic that looked like a woman.
I
So
think it had a pretty girly name. Hold on.
was it a I don't know if they confirmed the gender though.
True. Maybe they can say it's a gender neutral name. Minerva. No, that's a girl's name.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't think that we saw
No,
the
that's Minerva. Really? No. That's a woman. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
they said that name. Hold on.
Minerva's the
Madoka is her name.
Madoka's a girl's name.
Madoka, yeah, from Madoka Magica and all that stuff.
Hold on 1 second.
The only
Like,
thing
y'all can see me.
Say what?
Oh, okay, y'all can see me. I'm on the app, but I'm searching something on Google. Okay, yeah, great, y'all can see me. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. What were you saying?
the only thing I didn't like is that Ichi didn't get that octopus devil or whatever that Dressrosa kind of grabbed it.
At first I didn't like it, and then I thought, to be fair, Discaris probably could use a buff. Like a
She just got the what's its name? She just beat the other.
Oh, did they confirm she got him too?
Well, she defeated him, so I assume that she got him too.
I don't know, because they made a big deal out of her getting the octopus dude. It's possible that she didn't get the other dude, but I have no idea. Maybe they'll
The other dude,
No, I think she did. I think she did acquire him, but I think that
the other dude too.
yeah, but so I think they're gonna start spreading out these magics now. I wonder if I don't know in what way Kamungi and Goku Raku can get magics. Maybe a magic will become like a weapon that Goku Rock could use, something like that. But I think what they're gonna probably start doing is like going the next arc, ensure that someone else gets the power of a magic or something like that. That's why I think they're probably, because the last arc was the Goku the Bakugami arc. Ichi got him one. Now Descaris got her two. Now I think the next arc might be another one. So it might go in that type of order. But we know that they had to fight the seven stars. So they defeated one in the Octobomb. But also, like, remember they called him a human. They called him Tazashi. So he had a human. That means it suggests that he had a human name. So these magic were used to be human in some way, shape, or form. They had to have been.
Also, just to clarify, she did acquire both, but she's holding them in her hand. So I don't think she's technically like absorbed them, I guess. So it's possible that they get either Ichi or dare I say Minerva needs some protection. So who knows?
That'd be poetic if Minerva got that Octobomb.
Minerva or Madoka, because I don't, because Minerva is probably not a witch, and maybe that's gonna keep her from it. Also, like a human magic, also acquiring a magic. That there's some interesting things with Madoka, and I do think they're gonna play into Madoka's probably can age faster to make her a pretty
I was about
relevant
to say
character.
that we're gonna have Oliver from Invincible situation. That thing will not age normal rate. No way.
For sure not. Yeah, I'm excited for the next arc
Wait,
as well.
in theory, technically, that thing can age up itself. It can speed up its own time because it uses time magic on Krona and Minerva earlier, so it can 100% use its time on itself. It can probably speed up its own time, age itself up.
Oh, yeah, I'm expecting this to be very controversial between all the leader witches. I'm expecting this to be a big controversy for sure. The Ichi chapter was fire. Did anybody read the One Piece chapter?
But of course,
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it on Open Dojo, but I finally read it. So Chopper is I get it. I understand. Chopper is going to be broken moving forward. I think that's pretty clear. And Usopp got a speech. Shout out Usopp.
we're about to reach that lowest point. It's coming. It's really coming soon because we're right in the. I think we're at the second pinch point. We've passed the midpoint, second pinch point, where you have another confrontation with the main antagonist, which Luffy is literally approached by Emu. Like they're well, at least confronting Emu, whether he knows it or not. That's something's bad that happens to Straw Hats, bro. Something real bad that happens to them, and especially because they've been kind of building themselves up. Like, yo, we're a Yonko crew, all this stuff. Oh man,
Told you, like they need either someone needs to get murked or someone needs to get badly injured. Something needs to happen.
Something like a Dami reverse seed. Something I think that something may happen to Shanks just from the standpoint of, and it doesn't be a situation where he dies. It could be someone where Luffy thinks he dies, but when Luffy reaches the lowest point, because we're about to reach that third act, it's gonna be nasty. So something bad about having Straw Hats, man.
I will say,
It's specifically Luffy. Something that's going to hurt him the most is going to happen.
I will say one thing I will say about Don My Reverse. I do not like how they solved it. I'm not a fan of that, where they just kill the giants and then they're cool. Like, that didn't move me. And Chopper could just slap one, and they're cool. Slap the demon right out of them. It's like, all right, Chopper, human god, basically. So they kind of figured out Don My Reverse Eye pretty effortlessly. And we'll see how that plays out moving forward. But I will say, Emu does not seem phased with Luffy and Loki right in front of her. Emu's ready for the smoke. So,
you're a Emu the woman theorist. I see you, Radell.
oh yeah, I'm dead on. Emu is a girl for sure. We lied.
I'm so iffy on that. My biggest thing is like Elbaf is supposed to be Usopp's arc.
Who said that?
I felt like it, like Elbaf was like the time where it's like, yo, he's supposed to finally get a power up or whatever. He's been the one hyping up Elbaf, and I feel like he hasn't none. I don't know if it.
I actually think something bad's going to happen. So a few options on the table where if Luffy reaches the lowest point, something that hurts him the most is something happen to Usopp, Zoro, or Shanks, or his entire crew. But if I had to pick individuals, Usopp would be high on that list. And I think there'd be the irony of him, something bad happened to him in a place where he wanted to prove himself. I feel like that low key would be better, and then save his character arc for the the final confrontation with the final arc, because you don't want to complete his arc too early.
If the best we get out of Usopp is that speech, how are we feeling?
You talking about if something bad happens to him?
I'm just talking about his best moment of this arc. Is the speech.
The best moments are. I probably wouldn't like that, but I think that his best moment was something bad happening to him. That's what I think.
I'm unsure. I'm pretty 50-50 on how things are going to progress. Will it be an actual fight between Emu versus Luffy and Loki? Or will it be a Emu's time runs out and has to leave Gunko's body? I'm unsure. I'm 50-50 with that on how this is going to wrap up. I feel like it will be pretty satisfying if the Holy Knights and Emu just lose. The Holy Knights frauds. I'm not gonna lie. I'm done with them. Cooked. But it would be unfortunate that all their planning was so not easily, people were harmed, but the Straw Hats were able to deal with it once they entered the scene.
The only reason I'm not done with it was just because I don't think that we faced any the top of the Holy Knights. No Garling, no Shamrock. I think those are the true threats of this of that organization.
I'm confident for Shamrock. I would say Garland. I don't even know if Garland's a Holy Knight anymore since he's an elder, but I do think Shamrock will be a threat. Everybody else, I don't know. I'm unsure at this point.
I feel like there's probably of course a few that we haven't seen yet, but the top of the Holy Knight should be some type of threat. They should be not, even if not.
No, I agree.
They need to be formidable.
I hope so, because Sanji just no diff one, and Sanji is the third. People argue the fourth strongest on the Straw Hat. It wasn't a great showing.
That's why I wonder. That's why I wonder: is he setting the Straws up to they're about to seize victory and then throw Luffy into his lowest point? That's what I'm assuming.
That would make sense to me, because things are kind of going a little too smooth at the moment. A little too smooth for the Straw Hats. How do y'all feel about Chopper being basically the antithesis to Emu?
They had to give him something.
There's levels.
But I think, isn't Frankie eventually gonna get a boost too, based off what they said a few chapters ago, where Vegapunk basically asked him have you run on anything besides cola before? Anything stronger than cola? And he's like, huh? So I feel like he's gonna upgrade himself through something else eventually.
Yeah, I think he's gonna use different energy sources to make himself and his equipment stronger. I pretty much agree to that for sure. And then the only other manga we haven't talked about is Boruto. Boruto dropped a new chapter this week.
Man.
I would say this time, for all my issues of pre-time skip Boruto, and I have issues of post-time skip Boruto with certain powers and abilities that I don't think really match the lore and the precedent. Post-time skip Boruto, I think I could say with confidence, has been good. It has been good stuff post-time skip. And this recent chapter, there's been a theory floating around. I'm not the originator. It's more so, I think it was a group between Miles, Lani, and the rest of y'all. Caution Koji has something up his sleeve. And it's possible that he is a bigger threat, or at the very least, he has ulterior motives going on right now. Lani, did you read the recent Boruto chapter?
Yeah, I did. So one of my theories is that the nigga that they're facing, because it seems like everyone is overexerting themselves, and it's when one thing's one thing, okay, just coincidence, but two doesn't make sense. So you're telling me that Sarada's gas and Kawaki's overheated and like they just started the fight, like that doesn't make sense. So I think like whatever other powers he got going on, it's like affecting them because they're like, yo, Sarada like just used her power. Shouldn't she be able to do it like 2 or 3 more times? Why is she unconscious? Why is Kawaki used this shit like once and he's overheated? So yeah, something's going on. But
that is a good point. There is a lot of coincidences. Of course, Bug knew how to deal with Damien's abilities. Also, is Damien on fraud watch? Like I expected so much more. His ability is broken, but I thought he was gonna handle business.
I mean,
he's not handling it.
Same time, he took out like 100 of them.
So did Sarada.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know if it's necessarily broken, but like I said, there's definitely it's overpowered, but it's limited. So
Damien is not as much of a badass than we were told.
I mean, but at the same time, like, how do you beat him at the same time? Like,
yeah, he's kind of unbeatable if he puts both hands on you, I guess.
But it's different, like when he's protecting someone, because like you can't beat him, but of course, like getting around him is totally different. You just can't hurt him.
Handle business. This guy said Naruto's son's manga is trash. Fairy Tail's better than Boruto. I think they're around I think post time skip.
Nah. He cooking, man. Shout out Fairy Tail. We're gonna start disrespect Fairy Tail on here, man.
Hey,
Disrespect Fairy Tail. Okay. I think Fairy Tail's okay, just like Boruto.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The highs of Fairy Tail is higher than the highs of Boruto right now. It is.
I agree. I mean, to be fair, post time skip Boruto is kind of saving it. I don't think pre-time skip compares.
This side of Boruto yet, though, either, I'll say. So
Boruto kind of bad. Is it? So it's looking like if things are lining up where he got past Caution Koji, Sarada is a non-factor, Kawaki's a non-factor, and of course Boruto's still there. But can Boruto handle everything? No. Does Caution Koji want Ida dead?
It's less about dead and more about like consuming her and like understanding or whatever, because they're influenced by whatever was like the original version.
I'm talking about Caution Koji, not Bug.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what Koji's up to.
Because at the end of the chapter, he doesn't look phased on what's going on.
No, it's like he wanted this to happen. So maybe she would get in the way.
Maybe if she dies, the spell is broken. That's limiting Boruto.
But Boruto's doing fine with the spell being active. Like, he doesn't need everyone to be around him and liking him and shit like that. Like, it doesn't really give him much benefit, you know?
I guess the other way you could think of it is if she dies, the spell can never be broken, keeping Boruto in the environment he is so Koji can use him to defeat I forget what the main tree monster is called, but to defeat him, that's also a possibility. I don't know. It looks like Caution Koji has his own ulterior motive, and considering he's another character who can see the future, everything's kind of falling in place. And we know for a fact that he's willing to kill people for a greater end.
So question: Caution Koji or Madara as villains? Who we taking?
Is Caution Koji like faltering at the end like Madara did with Black Zetsu?
Oh my!
It's
we taking Caution Koji. We taking Pain.
Oh, come on!
We taking Caution Koji. We taking Sasuke.
Even a villain? Was he ever really a villain?
Sasuke, yes.
A villain for a couple, like the first.
What you said? Wait, what?
He's a weak anti-hero.
Sasuke? Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
Rip
I was
Sasuke.
trolling, Ty. I was trolling.
Nah, man, this is crazy. I can't take it, bro.
We'll see. Koji has a lot of potential to be a more interesting character moving forward.
Oh, you know what? Radell, we taking Kashin Koji, we taking Zeke or Reiner. Who we taking?
I would definitely Zeke and
See, hit Radell where it hurt, man.
you know, gotta always speak the truth out of here. You know what I'm saying? Before we wrap up, any more agendas we want to put out there?
I got an
finals.
agenda. I got an agenda for you niggas, man. Oh, excuse my language. You guys aren't. Well, you are. Yeah, yes, y'all are. Hold on a second. So, Cecil from Invincible has the hardest job of maintaining these goddamn brats he got to work with all the damn time.
Right.
You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of these Chicken Head 1, Chicken Head 2, Monster Girl and Rex. Or no, Rudy. I didn't call the nigga Rex. Rex way better than that bum. He had to manage these niggas' emotions as if they don't have a bigger task at hand. And I'm just like, okay, y'all. Can y'all get out of y'all feelings? There's Viltrumites literally coming to take over the planet. Can y'all please? Cecil is the smartest nigga here when it comes to this planning and being like a military, like a leader. None of you niggas are qualified. You niggas need to shut up and listen sometimes. I don't know, bro. First of all, I get that the whole like they had like a misunderstanding with Mark, even though Mark was also tripping, which that's kind of a part of his character right now. He's descending right now. That's why he's open to killing. Like Mark is supposed to be tripping, right? That makes sense.
Right.
So makes sense. He's on a negative character arc. I love that, right? But Monster Girl and Rudy and even Black Sam to a degree, even though he's more willing to listen. They care much too much about their feelings opposed to the task at hand sometimes. And I think that's never addressed. And I wish that was addressed more. Like I remember they kind of addressed it actually. You remember when Immortal was talking to them, they were cleaning up. It's after the Mark situation. She's like, yes, there's trouble, yes, there's hardship, but there's a bigger job here. If y'all don't like it, I can go to take y'all ass home. And they took their ass home, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I wish Cecil would have left their ass there. That's why Rudy gonna ask for some. Oh, can I be the leader, nigga? You left. You don't deserve to be no goddamn leader. Arrow.
Have you?
I'll say this.
Have you read it?
Cecil. No,
Have you-
I have not. I have not read it, and I don't want to be spoiled. But I'm gonna say, Cecil has the hardest job of trying to lead a planet to protect it from these monstrous villains that are even more devious than fucking Saiyans from like a danger level. And he has to manage these children who act their size, by the way. I know they're supposed to be older, but they act their goddamn size. It's just annoying, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Cecil gets flack for things like Conquest. I'm asking you guys a question. Because niggas like, oh, well, Conquest got out. Do y'all think...
Hold on, Ty. I'm going to pin this.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to pin this because this is good. I told Santo this, and I do think this is a very important. The Invincible talk will have to wait for the main pod because everybody's caught up. That's one of the more impactful topics that can happen.
If you don't like Rex now or Rex's actions now,
you mean Rudy? He's not Rex, man.
Yeah, Rudy. If you don't like Rudy's actions now,
well, can I just say one thing, Riddell?
Bro, I don't want to see the downfall, Rudy. I actually like.
No. I like Rudy. I actually like Rudy, and I like Monster Girl. They just brats, right? But I got just one more thing.
Go for it. Let it out.
Because Anime was like there's like 50 pure blooded Viltrumites left, right? And that's really what they got to worry about. I'm asking you niggas a question. What's the difference if the Viltrumites invade? What's the difference between 50 Viltrumites and 449? What's the difference?
Nothing.
Yes, Conquest got out, but does that change the circumstance overall? No, it does not. It doesn't change anything. Cecil had to take a fucking chance because hey, there's these. He doesn't know there's only 50 left. There could be millions in his eyes, but we got to find a weakness and advantage on these niggas. Get information.
They're addressing Cecil keeping it alive. Okay, that's what's
so I'm like, niggas are dumb, bro. Like he's thinking like in his mind, there's probably millions left. We have to find a way to get an advantage. And like in his mind, is there just between 1,000,000 and 1,000,001? No. Matter of fact, bum ass Marks came to this world and turned the shit upside down. Imagine real Viltrumites came. Like Conqueror's getting away does not really change anything, bro. Niggas I like a change like this tipped the scales. It didn't, bro. All right, man, I'm done.
I'm gonna catch up to Invincible. Don't worry about Tuesday. We're gonna because that was a big conversation we had when it happened. It's like, should he have done this? But all right.
Yeah, as a nigga that's read it, because I think Santo, J Rob, and Random also all read it. Maybe Miles, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think it was. I think Random.
I would just start selling your Rex stock soon. That's all I gotta say. Just
Hey man. Hey man, all I gotta say is, I remember us arguing this with Random. I remember him saying, "Well, I keep my line like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to put a foot in Random ass when we talk about this, bro. Cause like, bro, 49 Viltrum mites is no different than 50, man. I'm just keep it real.
Okay,
especially what they can handle right now. Like they can't.
Like, come on,
like,
man.
What happened? Like, how many marks showed up? Was it like maybe like a dozen?
And bro, and Mark's a weak Viltrumite.
Yeah, there's a lot. This pod is gonna be a random show. Chainsaw Man talk and Invincible talk. You know, this is
also lastly, Denji. No more putting Denji and Rudeus and Diddy allegations, bro. Denji has never assaulted a woman. He's not a PDF file. He's never sexually harassed a woman. Everything he's done has been with consent. And wanting to do consensual things with a woman is not make you a pervert. That is just normal people things.
Especially when you're a teenager.
Or when you're an adult. Like, adults want to have sex. Like, that's normal. Like, that's not like want to have consenting sex is normal for any human being. Like, that's just like a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas pretend this nigga's Rudeus, bro. I can't. That shit irked me.
Oh man, this is, you know what? I can't. Tuesday's gonna be fun. Tuesday's gonna be, but we're the funny thing about it, Ty, is we're gonna start out with you and Random being on the same side with heroes versus villains.
Hey man, this you know what? It's not that Denji point is not even an attack on Random. That's an attack to niggas that pretend. Cause I seen this tweet that was like, who's the bigger freak? It was like him, Rudeus, and some other character I didn't know. I was like, what? Why is Denji here?
Oh, I didn't even realize people really.
But yes, this
to be fair, yeah, I don't think Random says they're similar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. It's not to Random. This is to people that put Denji in these conversations with like grapists, and I'm just like, what are we doing? What's everything he's done has been with consent, and
he wouldn't be in the Epstein files. That's all I know.
He literally wouldn't. Like, if anything, the women around him are the rapists and all that stuff. Like, Mike was a grown woman. His nigga was like 15. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was what happened. It wasn't Denji. Like, let's keep it real.
Denji's a victim, man.
Literally.
Any more agendas?
This nigga Rudeus creates victims. Denji is one, so they're not the same. Great. I'm sorry, Rand. If you hear this, Rand, I'm sorry. That wasn't, I'm sorry.
Who knows? Maybe we will. Any more agendas? Is something you wanted to get off, Loki, when you came up here?
If we get a good bracket, Luca to the finals.
Wait, what did you say?
You said Luca to the finals?
Yeah, if we get a good side of the bracket, Luca to the finals, man.
Hey man, what's your name? You said your name Loki?
Yeah.
I like you. But next time say LeBron to the finals. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just I like the idea. I like the idea. Your heart's the right place.
We don't gotta do all that. We'll the best player on the team.
Listen, that's what I love. I want it.
Best player all time is LeBron. What are you talking about?
I've been wanting. I've been wanting somebody to be the best player on LeBron's team so he can finally get a second or third option ring like these other niggas, like Steph got. You know what I'm saying? Other niggas get it. Why can't he get one? No.
He got what?
I'm saying I've been waiting for LeBron to get a second option ring. Second best player
option ring.
Yes.
Oh,
Dwayne got two. Steph got two.
No, I'm just.
Magic got three.
No, LeBron got
Larry Bird got one.
You got a second option ring. He was playing with D-Wade. You got one. You got one.
No, I'm saying like Bird got a second option ring.
A second option ring in 2011.
I'm just saying he might have been the.
You said 2011. He would have second option ring.
First option on the court, but like I don't.
No.
That was D-Wade's team.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm really trying to say I want him to be the second best player on a team, like to get a ring. A lot of these other guys, because Dwayne wasn't better than him. But I'm just saying, I've been waiting for AD to do it. This nigga just unfortunately could never stay healthy. So now that Luka's doing it, shout shout out Big Luke. He better ball in the playoffs because I will turn on him in a moment. Because I'm tired of
At least
niggas.
we're honest. At
No,
least we're
no, no.
honest.
I mean, you could make an argument that LeBron put a KD and joined Wade's team. Like Wade had got a ring. Wade had a ring
We're
when
never
LeBron got there.
comparing the Kevin Durant joining the Warriors to the Miami Heat. That's just nasty.
No, I'm talking about the move. I'm talking about the move.
Oh,
We're
the way
comparing the move.
opposite the way Wade didn't beat LeBron in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. That's also true.
And I would say Steph and them came off back-to-back finals. Wade ain't made out the first round in like 4 years. Hey man,
Regardless, the Lakers, they're on a hot streak right now. They keep on winning games in the clutch. They are the clutchest team in the NBA right now. It's possible.
hey man, listen, I gotta say is when LeBron retires, we're going full Anthony Edwards the agenda. So Luka, we're working together for now. But once Bron leaves, go to Cleveland, or he retires, Luka, we have to part ways, and we're rooting for him. The Anthony Edwards agenda will be a powerful one for sure.
Maybe Ant wants to be a second option on Luka's team.
He would be the first option for him.
You choose an Ant over Luka?
Fran, did you hear me? I don't know. Maybe I said it louder. He'd be the first option. Did you hear it that time? Hey, Bestie, did you hear me?
Interesting.
Oh no, I think I was having a little like delusions. Maybe here's some voices in my head that were saying weird
Hey man,
things.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They would be a great duo. Like if Luka could be the point guard to get Ant great looks, that I don't know. Obviously I think Luka's well. I ain't gonna lie, Luka was obviously the better player of recent years, but I don't think he's clearly better than Anthony Edwards right now. Like I don't think he's clearly. Like, I think he's better, but I don't think there's a massive gap to where there used to be one. I don't think that.
And you think the same thing between him and Shea and him and Jokic?
You said wait, say it again?
Do you think the same thing with him between him and Shea and him and Jokic, that there's not a massive gap between them?
I don't know about a massive gap.
Or clear gap.
I think there's a clear gap. I think there's a clear gap between like them and Luka as well. Not I don't think it's a massive one, but I think it's like okay, this guy's clearly better. But I think I guess my thing is I think that Luka and I think Anthony Edwards is closer to Luka than Luka is to Jokic and Shea.
Yeah, I completely disagree. Like I don't even disagree at all. But
What?
I think those four players
they're
in
the same
any
tier.
order. They're like depending on the night, you could say either one of those four players is better, and then I think it slowly starts to trickle down to like Kate Cunningham and all the guys. I think it's a lot closer up top.
Well, I think if Luka, I'll say this: if Luka and Anthony Edwards play on the same team, that their team would be at their absolute best. If Anthony Edwards was the first option while Luka was playing point guard, like even if Luka scored more points, like so for example, like when LeBron and Kyrie played together, Kyrie took more shots, but LeBron still scored more. If that makes sense. I'm just saying like based off how Anthony Edwards could play out ball, they would just make more sense.
Yeah, I think whether we agree with the first option stuff, I do think Ant could be optimized the best coming off ball and doing a lot of what like LeBron is doing right now, and then getting the matchups of like the second best defender because the first best is on Luka. I do think Ant would be. I think they would complement each other like extremely well. To be honest,
it would literally be Luka and it would be like Brian and Kyrie.
Like a better version. Oh, not a better version.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
I would say not a better because obviously like Luka's clearly better than
LeBron,
Kyrie as like a guard, and then
but you understand like Luka will be the LeBron of that because LeBron he's more of a point guard.
Okay,
Kyrie would be the scoring guard. Like
Kyrie, I would say Ant.
I mean, Ant's better than Kyrie.
Yeah,
but the gap between peak Bron and Luka is bigger than the gap between Ant and Kyrie though.
Oh, fair enough. It should be interesting. The playoffs. If DeAndre Ayton wants to stay, keep on playing defense, and just want to be a role player, we have a shot. We have a chance.
I'll give you this though, right? Because I said when Lamar gets a chip, we put him on Drew Brees. Hey, listen, when Luka win a chip, Hey, yo, Larry Bird, you gotta step down, bro. That top 10 getting kind of cramped anyway. That top 10 is kind of cramped. We gotta take somebody out, man.
Well, let's take out Magic Johnson too.
Oh shit, bro. Bill
Fuck
Russell.
no, baby.
I'm about to say Bill and Russell been gone. They been out of there. So Magic, we can get Magic up out of there too.
No.
You know, like let's have the honest conversation. What does Magic do better than Luca? I don't know.
No. He's not okay. So like this why I always like he doesn't do a single thing better than Luca. Like not like as a basketball player, he does nothing better.
But Magic was like Luca for that era.
So yeah. So I think that because obviously with evolution, like Luca is just clearly better at basketball than Magic. Like it's not even.
Right.
But if you want to talk about like relative to era or just go purely off of what did they accomplish, it might be a little different conversation. But
Man, imagine Luca drafted to a team with already the best player in the NBA. Imagine
Man.
Luca.
Wait. When did Luca come to the NBA? What year was that?
Was it 20? He's been in the year like 6 years. I'm thinking like 2014, 2015.
Oh, so wait, 24. No, it was not 20. Oh, so Luca
2016?
Nah, Luca came to the NBA like 20. He came in with Trey Young. And
Yeah.
that was like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, he came in with 2018. He's drafted with DeAndre.
Oh, 2018. Oh, I was getting
Yeah, I'm about to say, whoa.
He's like somewhere in that range.
So I ain't gonna lie, so that means that put him with either peak Kevin Durant, peak Kawhi, or peak LeBron. Oof, that'd be nasty.
It would get disgusting. It would get hey.
That'd
That
be,
first year Finals MVP, Luca. We here.
that'd be
Nah,
nasty.
I wouldn't say Finals MVP, but he'd average like a cool 28, 10, and 10.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That means he would have probably been on like that means like he get drafted to like the Warriors because if you're talking about drafted to the Lakers. I mean, obviously the Lakers weren't super elite at the time, but they instantly became elite. So if you basically drop Luca on the prime Warriors.
No, we're talking 18, 19, so that would have been fresh LeBron, J.R. Smith, little nose appearance.
Yeah.
He could have got drafted to that team.
Put him on the Cavs with bro. Hey, I'll say this. The NBA already rigs the lottery. You can't rig the lottery again. Put Luca and LeBron on the same team. Like, come on.
I mean, they're there now. They rigged it for the Mavs. They rigged it for the Mavs just now.
They did rig for the Mavs. Then they rigged it again for the Mavs. You know what I'm saying?
Tim's not even like fully bad. You still got a Christian Thompson. You can go get a big in free agency. Bad JR. Just depends what you do with the rest of the squad.
It'll be getting wicked. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we got for today's agenda hour. Appreciate everybody who tuned in for all the other more niche topics that we're talking about. Tune in for the podcast Tuesday, 9:15 p.m. EST. We have Invincible to talk about. Apparently, the Blue Lock mangaka got sick, so not many.
Yeah.
Only like the first half of the chapters came out, so not much Blue Lock talk. But Invincible, heroes versus villains, and then of course we'll talk about any Chainsaw Man. That's going to be a good, interesting one as that plans to end. Some very good topics for that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Take care.